interesting?
Yeah.
One-sided. Yes. Okay, because so probably you'll get this. No, I think this is something that hopefully we can all relate to. But it's about like science and how it evolves throughout your career, your school life. You start off right when you're really young, and the teacher gets a glass jar and puts it on the table and he says, "What's in this glass jar?" And you say, "Nothing." And he goes, "Yeah." And you go, "Yes, got one." Whoa! And you're delighted with yourself, right? Then a couple of years later, he comes back and he takes the same glass jar, puts it on the table, and he says, "What's in the glass jar?" You go, "I know this one. I remember from the last time. Yeah, there's nothing in that glass jar." He goes, "No. There's air in that glass jar." Fuck. You got me in that one. But I'll remember that for next time, So then later on, finally, they get your glass jar, and then you get the pump, and he creates a vacuum. And the glass jar looks the same to you, and he says, "What's in this glass jar?" So you got me tricky the last time, so I'm not going to fall for that this time. This time I know there's nothing in that jar. And I fucked that joke up. I'm going to move on. Okay, so I guess this is, I'm not sure, I went a lot quicker than I thought I would. Not the first time. So I guess there's kind of, in my opinion, or my experience with airport security, there's kind of like 3 levels, or not 3 levels, but there's a scale. And here's the kind of scale that I have. One example of airport security is kind of like Ireland circa 1980s, when it was a bit laid back, and it's grand. A story that my granny told me from this was actually true, right? They used to actually brew putty in the convent beside them, and they used to when they were going to America, they used to bring it to America in plastic bottles. And so they'd be bringing it through the security, and the security would know exactly what it was, but they didn't have a problem with it. So they'd be going up and say, "What's in the bottle?" "Holy water." "Sure it is, yeah. I'd like to taste a bit of that holy water." "What? Go on, sure, yeah. Yeah, I like your stuff." So it was just a bit weird. And then recently I was in Singapore, and that's completely different. That's kind of like the complete militant end, opposite end of it. So I was in Singapore, and you get off the plane, you come in, and you're in passport control. The first sign you see it says, "Drug trafficking. It's a crime punishable by death." They could have had welcome to Singapore, but no. And and that's just a terrifying experience going through that, And then there's also the kind of third one, the kind of kicker. It's kind of like they're trying to be like Singapore. They're trying to be really strict, but they kind of clearly have the Irish go on your thing, good thing, spirit underneath. And this is demonstrated when I came home from Edinburgh one time, and just back from my last trip. And we were going through security, and one of the security guards pulls me over, and he's talking to me, and he's saying, "Right, do you have any involvement in drugs? You know anything about drugs?" And I'm kind of panicking. I'm like, "No, I don't no drugs at all." And he's like, "What do you know about drugs? Tell me you know about drugs, drugs! And I'm fucking freaking out. I was like, "No, I don't know anything, I swear. And he goes, "Then why are you here?" "I was in a class trip." And he's like, "What was your favourite bit?" The view from the castle, it's amazing. It's like, "Yeah, it's a beautiful city." And at this point I can see that he's getting a bit sidetracked, and then he kind of copped it too, and he went back to the drug stack. He's like, "Drugs, yeah, okay. So you don't have any contact with drugs?" No. "So are you in college?" "Yeah, in college. What are you doing?" "Medicinal chemistry." And you can see at this point he goes, and then his true colours go away. "Come on, you're a good thing going through, man." So yeah, that's just me, I guess. Thank you.
Right, everyone, once again for Ciaran Farrelly.
Is it true what they say, said old Mr. Brennan, that the kids are all poking each other on Facebook these days? Which are, wouldn't you rather poke a fresh loaf of Brennan's bread? That's a real word for word. I just thought I'd hope you'd find it as funny as I did.
I think we've gotten sidetracked from our original duties.
Duties. That means poo.
Yes, Lance, it does mean poo. Okay, right. Are we ready for the final? Stop laughing at poo! Come on, stop poo! Are we ready? Are we ready for the final act? Is everyone ready for our headline act? Yes? If not, Brennan's Poo. It's not a road you want to go down. I've been down it a couple of times.
All for poo?
Oh, for fuck's sake. We're not doing
Headline act then.
the headline actually is fine, whatever. Okay, right, can we get the clap started with this bearded gentleman who is texting? Can you
Don't be
start?
afraid, we told you to get the clap started.
Hey, Doug.
It's good to be here. Hello? Hey. Ooh. It's nice, isn't it? It's a nice little place. I think I'll buy it. The PAV. What's that stand for?
Pavilion.
What does pavilion stand for?
Good luck.
But it's good to be here. It is. You know, it's... Well, for those who don't know me, first of all, my name is Trevor Browne. I'm a full-time singer-songwriter. I used to be part-time, but then well, I lost my job. But it's nice to be here. There's always that, you know, conflict, being a serious musician, playing at a comedy club. You know, there's always that risk of being typecast as a musical comedian, which I'm not. Seriously. People are always trying to put me into the same bracket as Bill Bailey, Flight of the Conchords, Stevie Wonder. You know, Stevie's a funny guy. I've got my own thing to do. Which is why I don't do too much talking at these events. I have to let my music and my art speak for itself. Even in my everyday life, I don't give too much information away. Like when I'm filling out forms, for example, and on the parts where it asks, have you had any previous criminal convictions? I like to write no, but then beside it just draw a little smiley face.